Welcome back, everyone, to more of our gameplay series of NASCAR Heat 5. So we're here in career mode in the round of 10 in the playoffs for the Truck Series, and we are ready for Bristol, the final of the first three races of the playoffs. So let's hop right into it. Season standings, we are currently 5th in the playoff grid, but the best news of all, we are plus 28 over the cutoff. So we have a little bit of room going into Bristol. This is not something we're used to. Last time we were at Bristol in the previous season, the outlook was not good at all. Now, the road course event in Canada was not great for us, but we came home 17th in the simulation, so it wasn't the end of the world, and it allows us to still go into Bristol with a nice 28-point gap. But our goal here is not just to sort of drive around and maintain our gap so that we can move on. No. We want to win. That is what we're here for ultimately. So let's take a brief look at the work plan. Now, if you look at chassis number 3, that's our short track chassis. It is 100, 95, and 100. So I made sure that we were going to have this one maxed out, particularly after what we talked about in our last video. I wanted us to have the best possible chance at Bristol to perform if we needed to. So now let's go ahead and set up everything for the work this time around. We now have the ability, thank goodness, to work on some chassis that we don't necessarily need to be 100% right now. Now, we do have another problem, and this is something that there's only one way to really fix this, so to speak. And that is if you look at the upcoming tracks. All right, this is the same problem we're going to have in the other series as well. And that is if you look at the two tracks that end the season, Martinsville and Phoenix. Notice that they're both short tracks. What that means is that we've got one of two options, okay? Because we know if we just go straight into it, if we fully upgrade our car and prepare it for Martinsville, then it's going to be terrible at Phoenix because we'll only have one opportunity to work on it, and it'll start at somewhere in probably the low to mid 70s. So we're going to have a terrible chassis for Phoenix. Our only other option is to, outside of spending some money, is to bypass Martinsville and save what we've got for Phoenix. So basically, we would have to simulate Martinsville and Talladega so that we would have something to run with at Phoenix. Now, the alternative to that is we could purchase another chassis. And assuming it would allow us, and hopefully it would, we could purchase another short track chassis, and that would help alleviate the problem. But of course, that's $147,000 that I really don't want to spend in the Truck Series. Now, when we get to the Cup Series, that's a whole different thing. But that's really going to come back to bite us if we can make it all the way to Phoenix. But just something to think about in your own playthroughs as you're trying to determine which chassis do I want to buy and when do I want to buy them and how much money do I want to spend versus how much do I want to save. But for right now, let's deal with the task at hand, and that is Bristol. So there is our first workload out of the way. Let's take care of choosing which chassis we want. That's a very simple one, 100, 95, and 100. Our short track chassis. So everything is all set. Now, one of my very favorite tracks on the circuit, we're heading to Bristol. Practice and qualifying now in the books, and we'll start 6th position. Not bad considering I ran a grand total of 2 laps before that. So Bristol always is a momentum track. It is a rhythm track. So it's going to take some laps to get into that. We're starting in the 6th position, which means we're going to be in the outside lane unless somebody has some issues and has to go to the rear. So about a 10th and a half off of the pole speed. The real key now is what type of race pace do the AI have? All right, let's see what we've got. Jordan Anderson. Yeah, he wants to help me draft. Yeah, definitely we need some drafting partners for Bristol. Josh Rayon, well prepared. Tate Fogelman, he failed technical inspection, but I don't think he's going to be in front of us. Yeah, there you see. We are on the outside of row 3. It's time to get this party started. We're going to once again try to get to the bottom.
Green. Car there on the inside.
But who knows how long it's going to take for us to do
right,
that. Can I get down there? All right, a
Looking
little bit of
inside
contact
now.
there,
Clear low there.
but we're going to be saying that a lot. In fact, we're going to be saying it so much that I'm not even going to say it. We're just going to try to find a rhythm here, see what we've got.
Still there. Still there.
Still there, still there. We're going to be hearing that a lot.
Inside. All clear. You got room. You're clear.
All right, clear into third.
Last 10 laps. You got to focus.
I don't think I'm ever going to get used to hearing him say, you know, only 10 laps. And it's like, well, we just got started. But I have to remind myself we're doing these short races.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
But remember, every stage point that we pick up is just that much more cushion. Because the guys in front of us are not ones that we're racing to make it into the next round. Of course, we know Johnny Sauter is having a great year.
Wow, that's fast. Got one peeking inside. All right, you're clear.
So everything is looking very good right now. We just need to maintain this. If these guys in front of us ultimately slow down some, then we'll be in the right position to pounce. I believe the entire race is, if memory serves me, it's 50 laps.
Wow, that's fast.
Absolutely love driving this track. You can see everybody in front of us has decided to migrate to the top.
5 to go. You got this.
All right, so let's see if they give us a little room here. No, they're playing a game of blocking up at the front. Infinger is blocking with everything he is worth.
Got one peeking inside. Clear low there.
Oh, I couldn't quite make it work. Okay, he's going to give us some room now this time.
Inside. Clear low there.
I bluffed him to the top to get him to hopefully go up there and block me when all I wanted was for him to get out of the way so I could get to the
Just a
bottom.
couple more turns. 2 more. 2 to go. Still there. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Clear low there. All right. You're clear there.
All right, there we go. Now into P2.
1 more to go.
All right, one more set of turns and we will have ourselves a second place finish here in stage number 1. Not bad at all. We will take that.
Stage. That'll get the job
So
done,
started in
driver.
the 6th position. Little action up front. And we'll come home with 9 stage points. Yes, please. All right, no reason to pit. Yeah, 37 laps remaining. So let's go ahead and advance to that next restart. So outside of the front row, again, it's going to make things very interesting.
We're going green. Ready. Inside. Keep digging. 10 to go. You got room. You're clear.
Oh, wow, we got a much better start than Infinger. All right, let's see what we've got for a little bit of race pace. Let's see if they can run us back down. That's one of the things I love about this setup is that I can actually get down onto the apron just a little bit at this track, and it's not the end of the world.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
Oh, look out.
Clear low, bud.
Felt like he got into the back end just a little bit. Try to hug this bottom pretty good. Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit on the apron. On corner exit, doesn't upset the car at all. Of course, you don't want to abuse that and use too much of that apron. You'll start to de-wedge the car.
Hold your line, got one inside. Slow's clear. Five to go, this time by.
But yeah, using that apron just a little bit on exit can really help this thing turn. If you can keep it down there low enough to use it.
Inside, inside. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Yeah, he wants by me very badly. And if he gets positioned, then I will let him go. Because remember, as much as I want to get this victory, we don't want to do anything crazy and mess up our point situation.
Inside, inside. Clear all around there.
And not make it into the second round.
Just a couple more turns. Two more. Two to go. You got one to go. Hold your line, got one inside.
I really wish he would quit doing that. Because as soon as he says, hold your line, you got one inside, my first thought is to move up the track a little bit and give the guy room on the inside. But thankfully,
good job.
Usually when he tells me that, he's not actually there. He's looking to get there, but he's not actually there. So we'll pick up the victory in stage number 2. And hey, that is not only one playoff point, but that is 2 stages now where we've gotten a lot of stage points. So there you can see the tire wear, again, very good. The right front actually wearing a little bit more than the right rear. That's mostly because I'm trying to hold it really tight in the center of the corner. Normally I would like to let the car diamond up the track a little bit and try to get a better run and more speed. But overall, hard to be dissatisfied with a victory.
Drive safe.
All right, final,
hard. Keep your
what does
head
it
on
say,
straight.
20-something laps,
here.
24 laps to go?
Car outside, hold your line. You got room, you're
21
clear.
laps to go. But I am using just a little bit of brake on corner entry, and I mean very little, but just enough to slow the momentum down so that I can get to that bottom and hug it.
We've got 20 more laps.
But that's about it. Overall, the truck is handling quite nicely. Very enjoyable truck to drive, that's for sure. There's a lot more speed to be had than what I am doing right now, but again, I'm trying to keep it on the bottom as best I can through the entire corner. And also to save that right rear tire. This is the setup that I posted on the channel. I believe exactly. Normally I make a few changes because our vehicle isn't fully upgraded here in the career mode. But here we're extremely close to that. Even though we might not be technically fully upgraded, we're pretty close. But always remember, the setups I post on the channel are meant to be balanced for the purposes of tire wear, not necessarily for handling. Balanced for tire wear is tight on handling. So if you're looking for more speed, then you'll want to use that right rear a bit more, which simply means loosening the car up. A lot of different ways of doing that I'll talk about in those videos, those setup videos. All right, 15 laps to go. And one thing's for sure, they're not going to let me get away. We should be in lap traffic before this race is over with, and that's where the real fun is going to begin. When we get in lap traffic, all bets are off as far as where those cars are going to go. Do they give us the high line? Do they give us the low line? Do they give us any line at all? Are they blocking the track? Because sometimes they like to run 2 and 3 wide, and there's nowhere for us to go. That's when I start thinking crazy things like, should I take it 3 wide up against the wall on the outside? And sometimes I answer that question with a, yeah, let's try it. And then we get all sorts of excitement. Because sometimes that works, a lot of times it doesn't. All right, so here we come up on the lap traffic, trying to get an idea of where they're running. If they're running high, that's perfect. All right, looks like Harmon is going to give us some room. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Got one down low now. Still there? All right, you're clear.
Wow, he had been moving up the track. Then he came right back to the bottom.
Stay high up here.
Also, because I don't have the leaderboard,
Clear low,
I don't
clear
really know
low.
where the guys behind me are. Because when I look in my mirror, all I see are trucks,
still there.
and those will mostly be lap
All right,
trucks.
you're clear there.
All right, where is this guy going to go? Fogelman. Let's not even give him a choice. Let's try to drop to the inside.
You're all clear up top there.
This is where I'm expecting contact. Sometimes heavy contact.
Still there?
I don't mind driving the high side at Bristol,
All right,
but it gets
you're clear.
really hairy sometimes in traffic up there. All right, here we go. Two by two. This is where I start thinking, wow, can I make it 3 wide? And I end up doing stuff
Stay
like
low.
that. We're cramming it in there because we're the leader.
All right, you're clear there. Clear all around there. 5 laps to go.
All right, whoever that is in the 15, I forget now.
All right, you're clear
Thank you
there.
very much for that. He got right out of the way. Thank you to that truck as well.
All right, you're clear there.
There we go.
Careful, still there.
Ask Kyle
Top
Busch
3,
about
use
people
it if
not
you need
moving
it.
out of the way and letting you race at the end of a Bristol event. All right, so I think we made it through there so far with minimal contact. Only 3 laps remaining. And I don't see anybody coming behind us. Oh, yeah.
2 laps left, stay calm.
Yeah, we're in good shape here. Ooh, Stuart Friesen. I am very surprised to see him back this far. Oh, look out now.
Stay low, stay low. 1 more to go.
Oh. Nemechek, come on now.
All clear.
A lot of tense moments at Bristol.
Careful, still there.
But there you have it.
Great
We
teamwork.
survived.
Nice job.
And we'll bring
Checker
home
flag's yours.
the race victory. Now those are victories that you have to earn without question. Wow. All right, no burnouts, just not my style. I don't really like destroying equipment like that. Burning through engines is not my idea of fun. All right, so first position here. Let's take a look at the race results. How far behind was Sauter? He was, okay, so about 7/10 or so. Not too bad. We had the room that we needed, and we brought home a lot of points, but of course, the victory is the biggest thing, and that means combine that with the stage win, and we had 6 bonus points that we'll get to move forward into that next round. We'll take all the points we can get, especially the ones that carry over. All right, so a total of $65,000. Some really nice camera angles through here in the replay section. I don't like all the shaking and stuff necessarily, but do like some of the camera angles. All right, so we've now reached a merch payout of $1,000. Again, thanks to you guys for buying those hats and t-shirts. So where do we end up? We got 6 playoff points. Look at that. Stuart Friesen, 12 playoff points. Infinger and Austin Hill pick up a couple of playoff points, but overall, we should be looking very good for this next round of the playoffs. The real question is going to be, how do we play this whole mechanic of 2 short tracks at the very end of the season? And do we go ahead and spend a little bit of money to purchase another chassis? I mean, all sorts of decisions to be made here in the next few races. But for right now, we're simply going to be happy with the way this one turned out. We get the much needed win at Bristol. So as we celebrate in Victory Lane, I think this is a great place to leave it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and enjoy the celebration until next time in our Career Mode series of NASCAR Heat 5.